August, and I'm still kind of making my way through a bit of a monthly reset. I've had a pretty slow morning. It's literally 12 o'clock already. I woke up at like 8 or 9ish, like 8:30 I think, and I had breakfast, which I had a pretty filling breakfast, but now it's time to get going for a run. I haven't worked out in a few days because I've been on my period and I just struggle with working out on my period, so I tend to take it pretty slow, which is fine. But today I just finished, so we're gonna go for a run, and then on my way back home I'm gonna stop by Tesco and pick up some stuff because I really want to try making some eggless like cookies. I've made cookies countless times, but I've never made them eggless before, so I need to just pick up some chocolate chips. That is today's plan. I just did my eyebrows, so apologies for the redness on my face, and I also did my upper lip, so my face is a little sore. But yeah, so these are the things that we need to get done today. And the ones in pink are the ones that need to be done. So I just cleaned up my room a little bit because when I come back I will vacuum it. But when I come back I'm actually going to start making my cookies, and then when they're in the fridge for a little bit, because you should always put your cookie dough in the fridge before you put it in the oven. It just makes them so much better. I'm going to do some stuff whilst they're there. Right, just finished my run. We're going to go up to Tesco to pick up some baking bits. But yeah, oh my god, it's quite warm today and I haven't run in a few days, so it was a bit more tiring than normal. Right, let's bake some cookies. Unfortunately today's recipe is American, so I'm gonna have to use cups, which I don't like doing, but that's what we're gonna do today. And I've got my recipe down here, which is why I'm looking here. I've got some coffee as well, and sorry if I look a bit sweaty, I came back from my run. But let's bake together. Flour, some chocolate. This is the chocolate I'm using, just a mixture of things. So I'm not gonna use all of it, but that's what we've got. Some sugar, salted butter. So even though the recipe calls for unsalted, I'm just gonna use salted butter and then not add the salt. Obviously we're gonna start off with our dry ingredients. Soda, and so that's 1, 2, and then it says we're going to give that just a little mix. And so we need about, it says a cup of butter, but I think it'll just be easier to use the gram converter. For me, what's really important with butter is to always add a bit extra, because butter's the main part of the batter that gets stuck to the sides of the bowl. And even if you do your best to scrape off, you do lose a little bit there. Hey, hi, hello, it's voiceover me, and I wanted to just kind of talk a little bit about what you can do in a monthly reset for you. I'm baking here, and even though I wasn't keeping the cookies for myself, I just love making things for other people, and it's something that brings me a lot of joy. I've got a cup of chocolate. I'm gonna pour that in. Ooh. So I put in a mixture of dark milk and white chocolate. And then I'm gonna just fold that all together. I'm gonna try and get that out, this bit of mixture out of the thingy, and then I'm gonna pop it in the fridge for about half an hour. And in the meantime, I'll kind of clean up the space. So yeah. Okay, so I left the cookie dough in the fridge for, I think it was actually just under half an hour. It was probably around 25 minutes. In the meantime, obviously I was cleaning everything up. But yeah, as I was saying before, I was baking for a friend because I like bringing things around when I go over to people's houses. It's just something I love doing. And later on you'll see me cooking, which is just like another thing that I like doing. Spending a little bit of time by myself. I love like being in the kitchen, listening to music. It's just one of my favorite things ever. So yeah, monthly reset is all about just kind of giving yourself a little bit of time, a little bit of space to clear up physically and mentally, and doing the cleaning and washing up, changing your sheets, tidying your room, cooking, journaling, of course, which I'll mention a little bit later. It's just so important as part of the routine. And you don't have to do this once a month. You can do this every few days, every weekend, just as often as you feel like that you need it for. And yeah. I thought I'd show you what I do for like a monthly reset journal situation. I don't always do this, and I will not lie, I haven't done it for about 3 months because May and June were a blur for me because it was just exams, and July I decided not to do much journaling. So just the general structure is like a monthly plan, manifestations linking to the plan that you want for the month, and then gratitude for the past month and kind of having a positive outlook on the future month. And I find that writing it all down really helps me. Like, I just sit down for like 10-20 minutes and just write my ideas down. But I did it last night, so I'm gonna run through it, and hopefully this might give you some ideas on what to do. So it's the first thing that I did, which is the purple section here, was I did a monthly plan, which isn't really a plan per se. It's like basically a monthly to-do list. So I had to like book a driving test, I have to start my university shopping, I need to do some like financial research because I need to work out the best savings account and which student bank account to open, and like a few other more personal things. But those are kind of things that you could do. Maybe you want to stick to a certain workout routine, or maybe try something new. And then the next section that I do is like a manifestation section, which I like to kind of do in tandem with the monthly to-do list. So if something on your monthly to-do list is like, say, to do with like changing your life, like preparing for something, maybe you're preparing for a new school year, you would be wanting to say that you're ready for change and that you're willing to accept it, and that you're doing things that is going to benefit your future self. Like, I am ready for change and I have the skills to adapt and things like that. Having a positive start and writing those words down, saying those words at the start of the month can, I find, really help. And you want to be coming back to this. You don't want to just like do it once and forget about it, but I find that's quite helpful, and you can do those different ones and you can make them as personal as you want them to be. And I recommend that you do, because the more personal they are, the better. And that's why I'm not trying to give you too many of exactly what I've written, because they're more personal to me. And then the last kind of like part of this page, which I split up into 3 sections, is a gratitude practice. So this is looking back at what you were grateful that happened last month. So one thing I was grateful for was having like slower days and not really having to do anything in particular. There was no pressure on me to do anything because I'd finished school, I had finished my exams, I had time for myself. I was grateful for the opportunities that I got to have, like I got to go on holiday and all those types of things. So even though July for me personally was a bit of an odd month, I still had some great things that I could be grateful for, and it's a good way to kind of look at the month in a positive light, even if it came across very negative at the time. And then on this next page that I have, I kind of just did a general monthly recap and overview. I mean, I use my journal as like a diary as well, so there wasn't much that I hadn't written about, but at the same time there were things that had just happened at the end of July, and then just like an overall reflection of the month and kind of my hopes for August, so the next month, my hopes for the next month, and what happened in the past month. And I've also written down in this like purple bits that's like highlighted in purple, which links to the purple for the monthly to-do list thing. Is just a bit more of like an in-depth plan in a way for the to-do list that I have. So for example, if one of your things was to like stick to a consistent workout routine, you might want to be specific in this kind of section and say, I will be doing like going to the gym 3 times a week and then trying to move and get like a walk in on the other days or something like that. You can just be a bit more specific in this section. You want the to-do list to very much be an overview rather than a detailed breakdown on those things, because that's something you should be doing more like a daily kind of thing, and also in this section as well. And that's kind of it for reset and recap journaling. You probably also want to do finances and stuff, which I have done, but I'm not particularly going to go through that because there isn't much to go through, and also I'm still trying to work out the best way to do it all. This is really for no one else's consumption, like no one else is reading this, so be as personal as you want to be. And yeah, that is my like monthly journal recap reset thing that I do, and I do recommend it if you're like looking to get into journaling. It can be a good way to start. I'm talking. So down here, I think there's a bunch of GCSE books that all say GCSE on them. So that, I don't really know why I did that, but there's a lot. There's a whole stack of paper there that to be recycled. And that has like year 9 stuff, year 8 stuff. I don't know why I've kept these things. So I've cleared out that shelf. That top one there used to have all of these books in it. And then this shelf here, which now has normal books, used to have those books, so I've swapped those around because those are like textbooks. I don't really know what to do with those, so I've put them off at the high shelf so they're kind of out of my sight. And then I've got these books that I've kind of sifted through that book stack, and then the book stack that used to be on my windowsill. So there's books there, and then behind it, in that darkness bit there are some more books. So now I just have to throw all these things away. Right state. Thank you guys so much for watching my video on my monthly reset. Hopefully you got some inspiration and some ideas and stuff that you could do for your monthly reset. And you can obviously do this at any point in the month if you feel like you just kind of need a refresh. I usually do a similar thing every weekend, and I know it's like already the 7th of August that I'm uploading this, but this is what I was doing at the start of the month. So thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you got some inspiration to like clear up your space, like your physical space as well as your mental space. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Bye!